right, so it's that time of year. It's booktubeathon time, but it's no longer called booktubeathon. It's the Reading Rush. Yeah. um, 7 books in 7 days, same thing, challenges, all that stuff. I'll leave more information in the description box below. But yeah, so these are the challenges and these are my books on my TBR. So first challenge is to read a book with the purple cover. Okay, so this was a little hard because I'm a little colorblind, a little bit. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us are, and we don't even realize it, like, it's not that I just see black and white, I see color. I just, certain shades are harder to differentiate from, between two colors. Like a certain shade of brown and a certain shade of green can be, same thing with purple and blue. I see blue, I love blue, and I love purple, but I mean, one might be blue, and my point is it was a little hard. And I know there's a Recursion Recursion by Blake Crouch, that's the book, and this is blue, I get it, but there's like a little purple around here, right? And a little black, and like, yeah, so this is the book. It's about a New York City cop and a neuroscientist, and this false memory syndrome. It's this thing where people start waking up with memories that aren't theirs, and of course it starts driving people crazy. So yeah, and then somehow, I don't know how yet, but the universe starts crumbling, time just starts crashing or something, and then they have to fix it. So that's that. Let's move on. Second challenge is to read a book in the same spot the entire time. That book is going to be read in that place, my bed, and that book is called They Call Us Enemy by George Takei. George Takei is this actor, great activist, great person. He wrote a book, or he wrote this graphic memoir about his time in the Japanese concentration camps that they were forced to live in when World War II began. They rounded up all the people who looked like the enemy and forced them to live in this horrible in these horrible camps. So yeah, this is his memoir about that horrible time. I mean, how could we not be ashamed of doing this to people? And I think it's a very important book or graphic novel to look into, at least, because history is like repeating itself, apparently. Like, people seem to forget that shit like this happened, and why or how. Anyway, that's this. Okay, so the third challenge is to read a book that you meant to read last year. I meant to read a lot of books last year, but this is the one that I want to read for the Reading Rush. It's called Certain Dark Things by Silvia Moreno Garcia. This book is set in Mexico City in a reality where humans and vampires coexist. I don't know if they coexist. I don't even know if they know that vampires are a thing. The point is that, yeah, they probably do. There's this vampire. She's running away from a narco vampire gang, and she bumps into this kid or this dude, whatever, and then I guess they become friends and they just start running together or something like that. But I've heard really great things about this book, about this author in general. Her next book comes out next week. It's about Mayan gods or something. I heard it's so good, and I already ordered it, and I'm gonna read it. So that made me want to read her first book, right? Which leads me to the next challenge: read an author's first book. And that's also right here. It's also by Silvia Moreno Garcia, and that's called Signal to Noise. I saw this book a long time ago. Not that long ago, but didn't even read the author. I noticed this, and I'm like, oh my god, they're totally going off of Stranger Things, and they're milking it, right? right? And then I read this thing that says for fans of Stranger Things. That's all I read, and I'm like, oh my god, like no, I like Stranger Things, but the fact that you're using this to like sell things, it's like, come on. Ugh. Anyway, here I am with the book in my hand, because I didn't read the author. I didn't see that it was by her, so like I want to read it now because it's her first book. It's about also set in Mexico City. It begins in like 1988, and this girl finds out that she can somehow do spells using music, and then it flash forwards to 2009, where like I don't know, we see what happened, or like the changes in her life. I don't know. It seems pretty interesting though. Yeah. Okay. That's that. The fifth challenge is to read a book with a non-human main character, and I chose Ewan McEwen. Machines Like Me by Ian McEwan. This book is about Adam. I think that's supposed to be Adam. Adam is this synthetic human. Well, okay, so like a dude and a girl, they buy, I don't know if it's both of them, but like she helps the dude get this synthetic human who is Adam, and he's like super smart and like strong and like handsome, and he ends up in the middle of these two people, and I guess a love triangle begins somehow. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So that's that. Then that's this. Okay. Sixth book. I don't have the sixth book in my hand, but it's called, the challenge is to pick a book that has 5 or more words in the title, and a lot of books have 5 or more words in the title. Yeah. Okay, so Darius the Great is Not Okay. That's the book. It's written by Adib Khorram, and this book seems really interesting because it's about a Persian kid, and that's rare to see like a Persian protagonist, right? First of all, and I'm guessing he's Persian American, because from what I read, he doesn't like really connect to his roots. I mean, that makes sense, like if you call yourself Italian American, or like if you live your whole life in America and you're like, I'm 15% Italian, yeah, so am I, buddy. But it's like, do you really know the Italian culture, or like, do you really know what it is to be Italian, or like Greek or whatever? Because in my opinion, whatever American, like Mexican American, German American, we are that, but we are also American, which is a whole different culture. Like the culture itself is like a melting pot. Like it's a combination of all the cultures that have been here. So it's really hard to be like that, that quote in Selena where she goes like, you're not Mexican enough for the Mexicans, and you're not American enough for the Americans.
And we gotta prove to the Mexicans how Mexican we are, and we gotta prove to the Americans how American we are. We gotta be more Mexican than the Mexicans and more American than the Americans, both at the same time.
And it's a struggle, it's hard, it's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
Oh God, where am I going with this? Well, my point is like, Darius has this issue, I guess, where like he can't connect or something. That's what I understood. And then he ends up going to Iran, and he finds someone, I think around his age, I'm assuming, and like they become good friends, and then he starts kind of feeling himself and like his roots, and like just yeah, this is who I am, and this is amazing, and it's just taking me back to all these memories. Anyway, but yeah, that's what the book is about. I'm assuming there's a romance in there somehow. So yeah, I think that's also Adib's first book. I don't know, but yeah, great reviews. Next challenge is to read a book to movie adaptation. This was hard because there are a lot of books there are a lot of movies and a lot of TV series that I want to see, but I haven't seen because I haven't read the book, and I don't want to read those books right now. Like I don't want to I don't want to read The Shack right now. I don't want to read Savages right now. I don't want to read. Ooh, I just read Still Alice. I literally read that like 2 weeks ago, maybe. I haven't seen the movie. Anyway, so I actually finally picked one that's, the book is called The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I would have read her, I think her first book was Everything, I think. But, I mean, honestly, like, no. Like, I saw the movie, which I don't do. You know, that would have been in the pile of, I want to see the movie, but I can't see the movie until I read the book. But thank God I watched the movie, because that movie just, oh my God. The end was like anyway, yeah, so I'm just gonna skip to her. I think this is her second book. I don't know. Nicola Yoon, yeah. I think it's about a girl and a guy who fall in love, right? But I don't know if it's a spoiler. But it just doesn't specify. The girl is Jamaican, right? But she's afraid of being deported. Why is she afraid of being deported? So I'm guessing it gets into the whole undocumented thing, you know? Which, I mean, I am so, like, you know, like, that's one of the topics that I get into, you know? So yeah, so I guess that's what this is about. So anyway, that's my TBR. That's it. That's all. I'm done. I put to sleep. Okay. So if you want to add me on the Reading Rush site, I guess, I don't know, just look for my name, Adauto, Adauto. What else? Yeah, just let me know your TBR. Save me from any of these books if they're not good. Just comment below and be like, don't read this, because honestly, like, I don't know. You know. That's it. I'm done. Ciao.